Yo, what's up YouTube? It's your boy Omi saying brand new video today. I've been playing Warzone recently a lot and I've been trying to land Superstore many games, and honestly it's come to my attention that a lot of people struggle how to approach landing in Superstore and staying alive. It's a big problem for a lot of people considering that there are a mixture of sweaty players, content creators, and of course I guess not the bad players, but you know what I mean, that tend to land there. So I have a lot of tips for you guys, so make sure to pay attention and let's get right into it. Alright guys, so there's going to be a lot of steps to this, and it's a longer video than usual, but again, I really want to show you all the tips that I take into perspective when landing a super. So I really hope this helps you guys out, and you guys can watch the entire video and actually learn something from it. So the first tip is consistency in landing Superstore. A lot of you guys think that maybe every once in a while I will land Superstore and my luck will just play out, and it's not. If you really want to be consistent, you guys gotta be landing there on not every game, but a lot more than expected. Recently, from what I've noticed especially, is that I've played with two of my other friends a while ago, and they were not up to par to what my game style was, but we landed Superstore every single time, and honestly it worked out. We started picking up each other's attributes of how we play. We helped each other a lot, so it was a big thing and key to staying alive in Superstore. While you guys are landing and you guys are seeing these clips right here, it's really important for you guys to choose spots you are comfortable with landing at. I think a lot of times it's also important to look at where the pathway of the plane is going towards, but I tend to choose 3 spots that I'm always comfortable with. 3 of those are the back window, the rooftop, and then the front door area of Superstore. And what you have to take into account is that there are a lot of people going to land there, so you have to, as I'm doing this, you have to look in the sky and see how many people are going to a specific spot. Is this safe to land? Is there another substitute that I can take into account, right? There are a lot of things that go into this while landing, and that's just the first part of it. Okay, so here I'm just going to show a map of Superstore for you guys to take a look at, because there's a lot of entryways in and out of the Superstore, okay? Alright, so guys, don't get too confused looking at this map. It's very simple. So the pink X's I have labeled are very underrated spots. These two are implemented in 2 of the new changes in Verdansk and Warzone 84, or Verdansk 84. As you guys are playing, a lot of you players have forgotten that there are new windows to the sides of Superstore that you can easily enter in rather than having to land on the roof or the back door, and this leads into a lot of loot that you guys can get and get prepared for these fights that you're going to take on. I think a lot of people have forgotten this, so that is a very underrated tip I have for you guys. As for the blue X's, these are my favorite spots. I had 3, remember? So one was in the front of Superstore. The second one was in the back door of Superstore. These 2 are very highly populated, where a lot of people tend to land because it instantly leads to a lot of weapons, a lot of loot, armor plates that you guys need. And then the third one is just casually the roof. So as you can see, the structure of Superstore has changed within the new update, and there's a lot of windows in these in the way how you can look down below where people are fighting, or you can see how you can land inside of it and take another route in fighting someone, right? A lot of situation that is going on here with all these X's, and now these are all the entryways. Literally every entryway that I marked in Superstore, so you guys can see how much how much of this takes into consideration, that it does take practice and time for you to understand what path do I take, where's the loot located for me to find. And what comes along with that is being aware, right? The more you land on it, the more likely you're going to know where the guns are, the plates are, the loot. And this comes with practice and determination with all your teammates. It can't be a single mission. I know a lot of you guys watch insane players like Aiden and average Joe, that these guys literally take on teams by themselves, solo squatting, or maybe they're always landing at these spots in Superstore, right? As a lot of you guys noticed in Warzone, that a lot of these are dying a lot faster. Some of you guys may be just ending up with 2 to 3 kills per game, a game that lasts 25 minutes if you end up in the last circle. So even myself, that I've been previously I was watching gameplay from a while ago when Warzone was a new thing, and I was getting like 20 plus kills in these games, and now like I have to really sweat my butt off to get these kills. So Superstore again is the central of Verdansk as to how it's placed, and that's why a lot of these guys land here in order to keep going and going and getting these kills, the loot right away to get their loadout before everyone else does. Now, as I'm showing these clips of me, gunning these people in Verdansk on my own and solos, it does get a lot of hectic in like trio squads, so just be prepared for that as I'm just showing solo gameplay. But as you see my positioning, after I get a kill, I always go to another spot, right? Because what happens if you're the first person to shoot in Superstore, these guys tend to go right at you because they know your armor's down, they know your health's down, so you always have to be prepared to go to another spot, plate up. If you don't have plates right, keep going, looming around, finding plates and armor. You always have to position yourself in a way that it favors you a lot. And in a lot of gunfights in Superstore, there's railings, there's boxes you can use, the rooftop, again, as I stated before, with the windows. So use these to your advantage. Don't always think of when you're in a gunfight, let me just take them head on, right? You can honestly be, like, and this is going to go both ways. You can honestly be the greatest player, and you can get gunned by a Timmy. And on the other side of it, the Timmy can gun you because he used a better spot. That's just how RPG works in Warzone. It's a battle royale after all. And last thing, to be able to survive, get a rack of kills, and play a lot better as Superstore, which will help you long term in maybe positioning yourself and getting a win or getting loadouts way before people, is to stay together with your team. As you saw the map earlier, look at the amount of entryways, the exits you guys can take, the zip lines, right? All this stuff going into one building. And so when you guys land as a team, it is important for all 4 of you to land at the same X mark that you guys designated. So if it's like you guys are landing back window, choose that. If you guys see a lot of people landing back window, choose another designation fast, because this all comes down into a matter of seconds, right? Now, the other hand of things is that, like, you're somewhat of like a player that can take a lot of teams on by yourself, right? Solo squad, solo trios, or you're just someone and a part of your team that's just very, good at the game. Then, like, pick your own gunfights, do appropriately, but just keep in mind that sometimes, especially I do this myself a lot, that I may kill 4 or 5 people, and then I'm on the other side of the Superstore while there's so many teams fighting, and then it's like your team is on the other side still looting. So just keep that in mind. There are just a lot of things, but again, you've seen gameplay. Some of you may have like 4 cracked out dudes going in Superstore, and they literally just obliterate the place up, right? They light up the place, and it's insane to see how different gameplays come into like aspect of playing Warzone. So I hope this video sort of helped you guys out with these tips. Again, some of these you may think that they're not important. It's like, oh yeah, I already know this stuff. But I mean, there's so many people failing at landing Superstore. It is really the simplest things that once you get down on it, once you get locked, it becomes consistent. You will outplay so many other teams. I promise you, okay? And it doesn't matter. It's like if you don't think you're not good, if you think you're the best in the game, the more times you allow yourself to land at Superstore and allow yourself and your teammates to adjust to the sort of gameplay that comes into it and around it, it's gonna help a lot, I promise, I guess. But more of a successful rate, and hopefully this helped your guys' gameplay. Again, I really just wanted to list every tip that's helped me out stay alive, and I just want to make this video for those guys that are struggling in this game currently at Warzone. So again, if you guys really did like this video, give it a thumbs up, sub to the channel if you guys haven't. If you guys are new here, I hope like one of these tips or something helped you guys out. I know taking a whole nother perspective and a look of observing Superstore rather than just landing and dying is going to help you guys a lot. So yep, that's going to be it for the video. Till next time, all right, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.